welcome to Chris Cook for YouTube. Today I'm going to be doing my meat dish online, and that's going to be lamb shanks. I'm going to cook it in the slow cooker. So let's get started with the ingredients that you're going to need to make this dish. Of course, you're going to need the lamb shanks. Now, when you get a lamb shank, this is the way it looks. Sometimes it'll be split, but if it's not, you can always have your butcher to do it, because instead of this just being one big piece of meat, now you have two. Then you're going to need carrots, diced tomatoes, onion, garlic, pepper and salt, and you're going to need fresh rosemary, which I have sitting here. Now, I do have flour sitting here because we're going to braise it. And the seasonings that we're going to need in order to braise it is going to be flour, salt, and pepper. That's all we're going to need. We're going to put a little bit of butter in the skillet with a little bit of olive oil, and we're going to braise it on all four sides. Then we're going to put it in the slow cooker and forget about it for the next 8 hours. Now, I want to show you how to cut this, and then I'm going to go away and cut it and wash it. And as you can see, all of them have been cut in half. So, but instead of this being 4 pieces of meat, I can now turn it into 8 and maybe even a little bit more. So the only thing that you need to do is to just cut that meat down. So there's 1 piece and then there's 2. So I'm going to go away, get all of this cut up, get all of it washed, and I will meet you at the stove. Be right back. Okay, now I'm at the stove and I have a half stick of butter that's inside of my skillet. And this is where I'm going to braise. And I'm going to add to that maybe about 3 tablespoons full of olive oil. I want this to mix. That way it won't burn, and then it'll allow me a chance to braise. Now, in this bag, I have about 1.5 cups of flour. To that, I'm going to add my pepper and my salt. That's all you need in order to braise with, but you're still going to add some more pepper and some more salt when you get ready to put it into the crock pot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put here is my my lamb shanks. I'm going to go ahead and put my lamb shanks inside of here. I think that those 4 is about enough. And I'm going to shake it. Okay. Alrighty. Now I'm going to allow this oil to get a little bit hotter. As soon as it get a little bit hotter, then I'll bring you back and I'll show you exactly how to braise. Be right back. Okay, I'm back, and my oil and butter has started to sizzle. So I'm going to shake some of the flour off, and then I'm going to go ahead and lay these shanks over inside of the skillet. Now what you want to do is you want to make certain that you get it to brown on all sides. So when it browns on one side, then you're just going to flip it, and you're even going to stand it up so it'll brown at the top of here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in. Now this is going to take about 3 or 4 minutes. So what I'll do is I'll bring you back once it starts to, before I do the first turn. When I get ready to do the first turn, I'll bring you back so that you can see exactly what it looks like, and then I'll go ahead and complete the process, and then I'll bring you totally back. All right, now it has started to sizzle real good, and I think that the color, yeah, we do. All right, you see that color? Now, even though I flipped that, I'm also going to stand it up. I'll show you that, and I'm going to try to get these sides as well. Okay, now you don't want to cook it too fast, okay, because you're just braising it, so you don't want to burn your meat. You just want to get your meat kind of like a light color, and then when you get that color on it, then you want to go ahead and put it into your slow cooker. Okay, so I'm turning this meat, and I think these 2 pieces here are probably too big. That's fine. I'm going to flip these over, and what I'll do is I'll bring it back as soon as I get ready to stand it up in order to show you how to do that as well. I'll be right back. Okay, now my sides are done, but if you can see this, you see my top is not done. My top is not done on any of it. I don't have that braise, so what I want to do now is I want to just stand it up in my skillet. Now you know that this is not cooked, but I'm just standing it up so that I can get it braised on the top, and then I'm going to turn it over, stand it up, and get a little bit of a braise there as well. Okay, and I wanted to tell you the reason why I mixed the butter in with the olive oil is because butter has a way of bringing out every flavor. So when we get ready to put this in the slow cooker, now this doesn't work if you're going to fry chicken. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you're going to be cooking something in the slow cooker and you have to braise it first, that little bit of butter will help to bring out every flavor that you're going to put into your slow cooker. So I'm going to put tomatoes, I'm going to put garlic, I'm going to put onion, I'm going to put carrots. I'm going to put all of that to help to give this some extra added flavor inside of my slow cooker. And when I get ready to eat this lamb shanks, I'll be able to taste all of that flavor simply because I mixed that butter. So I'm going to continue to do this, and then I'll bring you right back when I get ready to turn it out. Okay, now I've browned them on all four sides. That's brown. My bone is brown. My meat is brown. So I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to start to put it inside of my slow cooker. And I have some more in here, but you saw me when I cut it. And this should be a real good meal. Okay, so I'm going to finish cooking these up. I have 3 more. So I'm going to finish cooking these up, and once I finish cooking them up, I'm going to meet you at the sink where the slow cooker is, and we'll get this started. Be right back. All right, now I'm on the other side. All of the meat has been braised, and I want to tell you, this is my Sunday's dinner. I'm preparing it on Saturday. Now, the only thing that I will not do is I will not put the 1 cup of water in, but everything else I'm going to put in, leave it in my refrigerator overnight, get up in the morning before we leave for church, put this on, and in 7 to 8 hours this will be ready. So the first thing I'm going to do is, this was a whole garlic clove, so I'm going to go ahead and put in all of that. Then I'm going to add my carrots, and that was about 4 carrots. I'm going to add my onion. I'm going to add to that my diced tomatoes. And it should be 1 big can of diced tomatoes. Didn't have a big can, so I'm using 2 small cans of diced tomatoes. And that's just because I had so much or so many of the lamb shanks. Now, I'm going to put in here about 1.5 teaspoons of pepper, and I'm going to put in a whole tablespoon of salt. And don't be scared to use your salt. Okay, you want to put in a generous amount of salt because you want to taste that flavor that comes from it. Now I'm going to add to that 2 sprigs of rosemary. There. Break it up, and I'm going to put that down over in. Now the only thing else that I'm going to add to this is just going to be 1 cup of water. But I'm going to add this 1 cup of water tomorrow. And the reason for that, in the morning when I get ready to leave, I'll put in that 1 cup of water. I'm going to cover it, put it in my refrigerator, and I'll see you midway through the cooking process, or I'll see you at the end of the cooking process tomorrow. Be right back. Okay, this has been cooking for about 6.5 hours. This is the first time I've gone in it. As you can see, everything is still sitting like it was sitting. All I did was just put the water in, and I let it begin to cook. So it has roughly probably about another 1.5 hours to go before it'll be done. So I just wanted to show you what it looks like. It's cooking up real good. Just wanted to show you what it looks like, and I'll bring you back when it's completed. Be right back. Okay, now I'm back, and I'm going to go ahead and dish up the lamb shanks, and I want to show you how I'm going to serve it. Here is my cauliflower mashed potatoes. They are fluffy. They are very good. I mean, extremely good. And the video for the cauliflower mashed potatoes is going to be posted right after the lamb shank video. I'm going to post one and then I'll post the other. So that's the cauliflower mashed potatoes. And here is the lamb shanks. Came out real good. I'm going to take one. And it's so tender. The meat is so tender. I'm going to lay it down on top of the mashed potatoes. And for anybody who really just wanted some of the vegetables, I'm going to go ahead and put some of the vegetables on the plate as well. How it turned out. There you have it. Chris is making lamb shanks served over a bed of cauliflower mashed potatoes along with broccoli, and of course you got some of the vegetables that was inside of the pot. Now this came out real good. Look at how tender that meat is. I can pull that meat apart with just this spoon. So that's the way you want this meal to come out. I know that it's really going to be fantastic. I think it's going to be awesome if you try it. I truly know you're going to enjoy those cauliflower mashed potatoes. And as I stated, I am going to post the recipe for this right after the lamb shanks. You'll get the lamb shanks one day, and then 3 days later, you'll get the cauliflower mashed potatoes. So just want to do something different with not only mashed potatoes, but with lamb shanks as well. And as always, thank you for watching. Chris Cook for you too. Bye.